For a while now, we've heard a lot of rumors about Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars, which is basically Kevin Feige and Disney's attempt to revive the MCU after years of decline and very, very poor decision making. Now, these movies are supposed to get people excited about the MCU again, especially viewers that have abandoned it over the years, and it feels like Disney are throwing everything but the kitchen sink at these productions, which is why we've had so many cast reveals of people that are going to be there, characters coming back from the past, and we keep hearing about these upcoming trailers that are probably going to be shown before Avatar Fire and Ash, which is James Cameron's third Avatar movie that's coming out this holiday season. And apparently, Disney planned to release a new trailer for Avengers Doomsday with every week of Avatar 3's release so that fans can see a different trailer each time, or something along those lines. And I suppose that the idea here is that this is all supposed to generate some big buzz, which makes sense because certainly all the movies that came out from the MCU this year, they didn't generate buzz. You had Thunderbolts, which flopped, you had Fantastic Four, which flopped, and you had Captain Falcon America, which really, really flopped. But we'll get back to that shortly. The reason I did this video today is that it turns out that the first trailer for Avengers Doomsday has leaked online. It's in very poor resolution, and I'm going to be very careful because sometimes when you show stuff like that, it could be a problem, and keep in mind that I bet now that that thing is going to be scrubbed from a lot of places, if you know what I mean. The good news is it's very brief and I can easily describe it for you, and that's what I plan to do in this video. And before I describe it, I want to remind people, the Russo brothers that made Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame, they're the ones doing these two Avengers movies, so that's why Disney has so much hope. But even though I think they did a good job with the previous movies, keep in mind that with all these kind of reshoots and rewrites and shooting without a script, tension on set between actors, and all these other problems we've been hearing about, I don't necessarily think that the Russo brothers can really create the type of magic that we saw back in the day when the MCU was in its prime. Although you can tell that with this new trailer, they're certainly trying to get people back, and they're trying to use every kind of trick they can. So this new trailer basically shows Steve Rogers arriving on some kind of motorcycle at his home, the one that I presume that he shares with Peggy Carter. He folds up his clothes, some kind of maybe Captain America suit, and he holds a baby, which I assume is his son or daughter. And then there's a title that says, Steve Rogers will be back in Avengers Doomsday. Now when it comes to the trailer itself, which has this kind of Avengers music in the background, but a very somber and quiet version of it, it's just trying to work on some kind of nostalgia feeling that you may have for this character. It doesn't really do anything, and I can't say that I got super excited watching it. If you ask me, there's something rather desperate about this trailer. And it's interesting, they don't call him Captain America, they call him Steve Rogers, because there's the other Captain America, and they want to save face on one hand, where they made a bad decision, but they want to bring the original guy and still make money. And that just shows the ultimate hypocrisy here with Disney, that they did all of their crap with all of their identity politics that chased away most of the viewers with just poor writing and poor filmmaking and all just sticking in messages and propaganda. And at the end, what do? They have to go back to what made money, and they have to do all these kind of creative backflips to explain it. I don't really have much hope for these movies. They're probably going to be like a cameo fest. They're certainly not going to have the same kind of weight that movies like Avengers Endgame and Infinity Wars had, and in many ways, these new movies, their existence, basically undoes the events of those movies from what I can tell, and some even believe that these new movies are going to be some kind of jumping off point to retcon some of the mistakes out of existence, but people keep forgetting that the original MCU run, the popular one, from 2009 to 2019, it was mostly managed well, with a lot of good decision making, and it built a healthy brand with fan goodwill, and I don't think any of that exists now. At best, with all the money that Disney is spending on these movies, maybe they'll create a situation where you have events like Wolverine and Deadpool, but it's not going to be something long-lasting. It's going to be more of an anomaly, a very expensive anomaly that may not even make any profit for Disney, but if nothing else, they'll be able to show their investors that the brand was healthy, and maybe they can fudge a few numbers, allegedly, when they talk about budgets with the press. In any case, I just wanted to tell you what this teaser trailer is like. If you feel like it, tell me in the comments if you're interested in seeing Steve Rogers return, or if you're excited for Avengers Doomsday. And if you enjoy getting these type of MCU updates from an independent entertainment news reporter like myself, please make sure to like and subscribe, as it would really help my channel. Thanks for watching, my friends. Thank you, and good day.
I am such an awesome guy. I make so many videos. But